Hello, Sonia Barrett here once again, and I guess just another little chit chat moment. I am still trying to figure out exactly what I want to call these little dialogues, but I thought today would be good to just spend a few minutes talking about Reality Matrix, a series of systems. And I decided to do that because I think there's so much confusion about it. I mean, people use the word, the matrix, very loosely, not really sure about what they're talking about. Yes, we've seen the movie, and I love the Matrix. It definitely had a lot of, I think, concrete information on what we're dealing with. But I think that it's really important to be able to just sort of take a step back and not just regurgitate, but really kind of understand a little bit more about what we're saying every time we run around going, yeah, we're talking, we're in the matrix. Well, first of all, we have to understand, yes, most of you know the matrix is considered a womb according to dictionary definition. And we also have to recognize that what we're dealing with are systems. So you've got the matrix, which is a system, which is like a womb and a womb and a womb, or a matrix and a matrix and a matrix, or a system and a system and a system. It's you're not dealing with one system. In one sense, you are, but for the sake of really recognizing what we're dealing with and breaking it down a little bit more, it is important, I think, to be able to recognize the various layers that we're speaking of. And it also helps to, when we start looking at things a little bit more for what they are in terms of our current concept of reality, it pulls us away from fear, and it starts to move us back maybe into a master mode in terms of understanding how what this technology is that we're dealing with. I refer to everything basically as technology because there is some sort of uh, scientific format or formula to the way everything is operating. Our body is a system. I could say we are a system, but there's one part of us that system is a matrix. We can look at our body as a system, as a matrix, because it has its own unique design and structure. And then within our body, within the body system, are other systems, like the cells and how they function and how they operate. But getting back to what everybody keeps, is talking about, and um, trying to run and escape from, you can't escape something you don't understand. And it's not really, again, I've said that many times, it's not really about escaping. This journey really is about mastering. It really isn't about trying to escape. Escaping always just means that there is fear and that we are in survival mode. And this structure that we call, this multi-leveled matrix in our system, I always refer to it as a game construct, because the idea is to rediscover that, your mastership abilities, your how you are part of the very design of, the various levels of the structure of the system, or these multiple systems in place. But let's just stick to, I think, what is, I think, more relevant for most people at this time. And we must look at, we talk about, a star system. We talk about our universe, which our universe is obviously a matrix. It is a womb. Within that womb, you have the planets, the stars. You have this entire um, structure, a system that we then recognize as all the elements within, the visible elements within the universe anyway. And then, of course, all of the other invisible elements within that womb, and all working together, which is really basically what a system is. It's a group of interlinking, integrated systems working together within a structure, within a womb. Now we can also look at on the level of our human experience here. We talk about our government. So we've got a governmental matrix, which is, a governmental system. We talk about the system, and that's its own unique matrix. It has its own unique design and structure, way of operation. We talk about our corporate system. Again, it's got its own unique design, although every one of the corporations may operate differently, but the construct, the idea of a corporate structure, there is a corporate womb then, let's say a corporate matrix. Talk about our educational system. It's another matrix. It's another structure, another system. Our religious systems, our religious matrix. So we look at just these four that I'm naming at this time, and we realize that those systems are the are part of the survival structure, or so overall survival system, the survival matrix that we've created for ourselves on the planet. And this doesn't even interact or have anything to do with the supernatural aspect of reality, meaning that which is the invisible elements. We're just speaking of on the physical level. What we do is survive. So that's, which I've talked about a lot. We move through survival all the time. And so those systems are in place within the survival matrix to supposedly navigate you, but really they just set programs, constructs, ways of operating, ways for us to navigate through this matrix on that level. And then you have the level, now we're talking levels outside of that, then the matrix outside of that, which is that part of us that is, unseen, the unseen levels of reality. And obviously, this is, I always refer to it like the Russian dolls. You have one within another, one doll within another, within another, within another. So we're dealing with multiple layers, multiple systems. And to be able to understand this a bit more, instead of running around just saying, talking about the matrix, well, you're not you're finding that you're not able to um, navigate through it as well, because a lot of times you don't know what you're talking about. So you're just running around, and everybody's just running around in fear about it. This is, again, this is so much larger than all the finite conclusions that, a lot of either the theorists, the conspiracy theorists, are attaching to it. This is so much bigger than much of what is said. And so, yes, we are dealing with multiple levels and layers of a technology. And that's why, again, you hear science now speaking more about, is our universe a computerized system, which I was talking about years back, before it suddenly now has become more discussed. But what I can say is that this is not about being afraid. This is really about self-discovery. This is really about discovering that part of you, that part of all of us, that is much larger, much bigger than any of these systems that I'm speaking of, and those systems that I've not spoken about. The multiple layers of um, those that may appear to be in control, whether it be in this construct of reality on the physical, level, all that we see in our visual world, and what we don't see outside of that. And we have to realize how easy it is to become caught up in yet another structure, another system, another matrix, that is always there waiting for you. Because why? All that exists are possibilities, and we live in an ocean of possibilities. We live in an ocean of potentials. So any and everything that you can think of, it exists in some possibility, of time, or the continuum. Um, so there's this is as much as I can say in this format. Um, it's just uh, it's just not about fear. I can tell you that much. That is the disabling factor. Yet fear can really propel us at the same time if we understand how to make it propel us. But it's really not just about fear from the context of which we have been approaching everything, and looking and living so externally, where we are always in fear of them doing to us. Um, we have to discover that part of us again, once again, that is much larger, that is much bigger vibrationally than the this minuscule game construct. Because all that I have mentioned is really on a smaller scale, and it allows us to have the human experience as we know the human experience to be. Is it the final experience of being a human being? Is it the ultimate experience of being a human being? No. It's one level. And we have all been hypnotized into seeing or believing that that is the ultimate level of what it is to be human. But there's much more once we're able to begin to really transcend the many of these programs, many of these limiting beliefs, and allow ourselves to dive into so much more and remove the veil. So this is such a huge topic that I think that's as much as I can really say um, right now on the video. And I do hope that you're able to come to one of the live workshops, or lectures, more so the workshops that I do. I probably do a couple a year right now. I don't know, maybe there will be more, but I'm just kind of seeing what I'm feeling, and where that's leading. Right now, I am doing one in Mount Shasta this coming August. We're in the year 2015, according to that concept or construct of the Matrix. We're in 2015, so it's going to be in August. If you're able to attend, great. You can go to spiritinform.com and check out all the details on that. It's limited to um, a, a a number of people. Also, you also want to check out the DVDs and downloads, CDs that are available on the site. And I'm saying that not just from the context of I want you to go and buy these products, but sometimes I get emails of questions that I just cannot answer in one email. And there's so much that I have covered over the years. And for some people that have been able to really go and get these products, these previous workshops that I've done, and lectures, mainly the workshops, and have listened to them, because everything is stair stepping, because I don't do the same thing twice, because I give as I am remembering, and I am expanding. That this is how I do workshops. I don't keep repeating the same thing, the same one over and over. And so everything is sort of a stair stepping. So if someone is able to to go ahead and maybe connect with a workshop on there that speaks to you, then I would suggest doing that, because that's what's happening. You know, it's I'm just moving forward, and the people that happen to be there, and we connect. And it's a lot of profound people that show up at live the live gatherings, and we just have a great time. But these are minds that really are moving in an incredibly expansive space. So it's not just I'm there and I'm doing the workshop. As I've said many times, I'm in my workshops. I am part of the experience. So I don't look at myself as I'm there teaching people. I'm helping people to remember, because all of this information is accessible to all of us. It is in us. It is us. Um, Everything is made up of information, and we are also streams of information. So, anyway, once again, check out spiritinform.com. And if you have any questions about anything that might be on the site that you would like to either get, just email me and ask me. And there's tons of articles on there, and those articles are there's no charge for those articles either. All right. I hope that this has provided some, I don't know, enriching and expanding information for someone out there. All right. Take care.